Hello, you beautiful people. And... What? Hi, everybody. Welcome to session 47 of the Fathoms Below. I'm your DM of Doom, and also slightly confused, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quests here on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. And with me today, we've got my lovely and amazing cast, and they all look fucking spectacular today. We've got Kyle, whose hair is just phenomenal right now, just saying. We've got Selkie, whose outfits are always a fucking bop, but this one's just a bop for like a whole other reason. We've got Denny, who every single time they come in, they always have this really interesting hair adornment, and this one matches today, which is just sending me something.
It's a spider web.
It's a spider web. I knew there was something cool about it. We've got Tom, whose attraction to every single human being on the planet is only amplified when he does that swishy thing with his hair. Tom, do the swishy thing.
Very good.
I just immediately fell in love. And then we've got Diamond, who has done the makeup thing again that always makes me go, man, I wish I could, but I'm just not pretty enough.
Not with that attitude.
Lies.
Guys, come on! Like I have the facial bone structure of like a half Irish, half Norwegian person, which is to say I have no facial bone structure. So
Bet.
Corpse paint for Halloween.
Let's go.
Bet.
I
will find your
have
bone
the
structure.
I'll see you at PAX.
I love
Once I get my hands on you.
I've got to say, Denny, looking at me and going, I will find your bone structure, just sounds like another way of saying I'm going to cut the flesh off your face. Like, that's all that sounded like.
Listen, Danny's going to find it one way or the other.
I say this with love and as a threat. When I get my hands on you.
Smoochies.
I mean, yeah.
Smooching. But you know, aside from aggressively flirting with all of my cast, do I have any housekeeping? Yes, I do. So PAX U, I'm gonna be there in December. Come and say hello. I don't bite. I probably hug you. Just being realistic, I'm a hugger. Number 2. Dragon Age, we have 3 of 4 players. We are so close, we need one more player. I'm waiting for a response from a couple of people, and if I don't hear back from them, I will be reopening my applications. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm getting a lot of support directly from Green Ronin Publishing, so this is going to be a really, really good, really, really powerfully backed campaign. I'm very excited about it, and I'm looking forward to running this with a cast who are equally as excited. And it doesn't matter if you know anything about Dragon Age or if you're new to it because, wow, Veilguard is a new game that's coming out. I don't care. I'll take you, I'll teach you, I'll give you all the lore. I know so much lore. But yeah, that's the state of that right now. And that is about all the housekeeping I've got. So now I get to go to my lovely cast and go, guys, what happened last session? Oh, Danny, your turn. You missed it.
Ah, shit. Well, at the very beginning of it, Ariel had been struck by lightning. Marisol denounced Taito. Echo had legs.
Legs for days!
Legs for days. As we got into it, Ariel met with his deity as he was clinging to life, possibly moving on to the afterlife. Basically signed a contract to give up his voice until he learned to listen, or forgive me, so that he could learn to listen, and if he didn't within a certain period of time, I think it was 3 days if I'm remembering correctly.
3 lunar cycles.
3 lunar cycles.
3 turns of the moon.
So, 3 turns of the moon. Ariel did not get his voice back. At the very end of signing that contract, it was revealed that Ariel probably got tricked. Because the voice of Father started coming out of his deity. Not very demure, not very mindful. We do not like that.
Not
So
at all.
Ariel came to.
Applause.
Not at all. So Ariel came to. Marisol, very distraught and sobbing. Reaver sort of. Reaver.
That's accurate.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, when you write, you write.
What emotion are you?
Yeah.
Reaver.
Reaver. Marisol ended up denouncing her connection with Taito, feeling horrible about the fact that she had put her faith into someone who had hurt someone she cares about again. And then as Ariel came to and explained what happened, both Reaver and Marisol called him an idiot. While that was happening, Luce heard the lovely booming of getting a fried deep elf outside and decided to sack of potatoes feathers and book it. Reaver and Marisol followed for a little bit. Reaver ended up going with Luce and requesting Marisol to go make sure that Echo, who he was getting the feeling of unrequited joy from for some reason, was okay, and so was Ariel. So Marisol went back to find Echo with legs and Ariel just chilling. And Reaver went on to find that the Glimmertide house had been ransacked. And Luce's father was missing. But who was there was someone who is apparently the cousin of Luce and his thoroughbred sea drake. Needless to say, he doesn't seem like the type that would nicely fit in with the party, but we're gonna take him with us anyway while we go find Luce's dad. Meanwhile, back at Ariel's house, we all went on a little bit of a finding spree. To get Reaver a new weapon, to get Marisol some new armor, as her previous cursed armor fell off because she's no longer a Tempest cleric, she's a Death Domain cleric. To get Echo some pants. And then as we had gone through all of that, Marisol got the mental message that a lot of shit had gone down at the Glimmertide residence, and we were on our way there. Did I miss anything?
I don't know. I think you got the gist of it there. I think you got the most of it.
I look forward to my FedEx delivery.
Oh yes, I cannot wait to give Reaver that weapon.
It's going to be good. And so, with that, where I would like to go, we ended with Feather sending, with Celia sending the message to Marisol about what was going on and that they were going to need help. So what I want to do is, as we ended last session, I want to pick up on Marisol's side. Having received that message, Marisol. So Celia's just let you know what's happened. So this is not a sending, remember. This is a message.
This is a message. Do you
currently,
respond?
Celia is not capable of sending.
Yes,
yes.
I can respond to the message.
Yes, you can respond to the message.
Okay, so Marisol will respond 25 words. Heard, we are on our way. We have something for Reaver. We will be as quick as we can.
Okay.
Echo has legs.
Okay.
Important information.
Just a heads up.
Okay. You respond to the message. What do you do from there?
Alright, I turn to our party, our half party as we have it, and go, Luce needs help. Something happened. We need to go now. And start Yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and then before we go, because I know we looked around, are there like any rings, necklaces, anything else that are in the room?
Yes, lots.
Okay, I'm gonna grab them.
You're gonna grab all of them.
A handful of each.
A handful of rings and a handful of necklaces.
Yep. Anything that looks significant.
Okay.
How fast are you doing this?
Do you
Like-
really want me to give a ring to Luce? You don't think that could be interpreted any way off the cuff? Actually,
Just gonna hold up the necklaces.
okay. We'll figure that out in a minute.
So, while you
This is the
guys are
greatest
doing
decision I've
that,
ever made.
while you guys are doing that right before we leave, Echo noticing what Ariel's trying to do and realizing that we have to get the fuck out of Dodge right now to go help a group of people that needs our help. Echo's gonna go around the room, grab shit, and start either swallowing it or literally shoving it in their chest cavity
I love you so much.
prior to shooing everyone out the door. So I don't know how many magic items that is, but they're going.
Oh,
That's
It's my house. It's all mine. So yeah.
but the thing is, like, each of these things has a password you have to get to open up the case.
Yeah.
And all
Oh,
the
no, not the
passwords.
cases. Downstairs.
Everything is in a
Everything
case.
is cased.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everything is case.
This house is like a museum.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is powerful and protected.
You didn't think I wouldn't have looted you already otherwise?
Listen, I
You
tried.
had shit to deal with.
Oh
Yeah,
my
but still.
God.
Yeah. You were
I
being.
do like the idea of Reaver's just over there. Is suddenly getting the feeling of someone swallowing metal.
Yeah, don't worry. That's in my head. I'm going. In between hearing the sentence, Echo has legs. And like, well, that explains one thing going on.
We also have Dad. We also have Dad up here to give us passwords. So.
No, they've got a reset member.
Oh, that's right. They did all reset. Damn.
We ain't getting more magic items. It's cool.
All right. Yeah.
That was a lot.
They're all locked away. You're good. We can't get them.
Yeah.
I panicked from it there. They're taking everything. Ah!
Yeah. I mean, we'll figure out a way. We're clever.
Not right now, we won't.
Yeah, not right now. But
We have people to
Yeah.
aid.
oh yeah, later. This is a later problem.
Oh,
Depending on how long people are taking, Echo's gonna start biting people.
I was just taking like two seconds to grab a handful.
it would be very evident after like the first couple of looks at each of these kind of cases with these items in them that each of them requires a password.
And walked out the door.
You're gonna move a little faster than that.
Yeah, I'm moving.
We're all gonna move a little
I'm
faster
moving.
than
I'm
that.
heading out the door.
We're in sheepdog mode. You're all moving a little faster than that.
What animal are you wild shaping into today? A border collie. Okay, so Echo's starting to herd everybody out. Is anybody staying behind regardless of that, or is everybody following along after being herded out?
I'm leading the charge.
Yep, we're heading out.
Okay. So with you guys heading out, are you moving towards Glimmertide Manor?
Yes.
Echo is... So, In short, yes, but what Echo is doing is Echo is following the scents left behind. So once they get to Glimmertide Manor, wherever that scent goes from there is what Echo bounces
Okay.
off of.
Okay, cool. So, as you are approaching Glimmertide Manor, you can easily pick up the kind of sense that inside Reaver, Luce, and Celia are inside. You can also get something that is kind of loose, but not entirely loose. Mostly something else, but a little bit like loose. You guys are permitted in immediately as you are recognised as having been with Luce, who at this point is recognised by most of the guard populace here as Lady Glimmertide. When you guys... Sorry, what's up, Reaver?
Is it the scared group still, or have they swapped shift yet?
At this point they will have swapped shifts, unfortunately. It's a more seasoned crew this time. Right, 100% honestly though, I can't have them terrified by Reaver then be like, don't worry about it, it's not going to happen again. Okay, and then Echo comes by. Like, that would just be cruel.
With legs. With legs.
I have legs now.
I can
And the
just
tail.
I can just picture like Echo's not swimming, they're moving through the water by walking like this. But just paddling. It's like the bottom half of them's doing a doggy pad and the top half is power walking, like
But
hello.
but it's like, since their wings move them along, it's just like the howl walk through the air, but through the fucking swamp.
Where was I there? Yeah. So, as you approach, Echo, you're going to get a feel of something. And this is less of a taste or a scent or anything like that. It is a feel that there is something big here. Something large. Something built for the water, as you get the sense of a sea drake. A draconic cousin to dragons. Not a dragon, not as, deeply intelligent. Or wait, actually, hold on a moment. I'll just quickly double check. Well, it is intelligent. So, do you know what? Yeah, we'll just say it. It's a youngling dragon. Specifically an aquatic dragon. Long plesiosaur-like body, but with a head shaped like, as I described before, like a warhorse, rather than, this reptilian face. Legs similar to a dragon's, but ending in long, broad paddles. So still capable to go on land, but moving significantly slower. Specifically designed to move through the water, with a large kind of crested fin. Similar to like a gold dragon, but it goes right down its neck, down its back, ending into a tail which is finned like a shark's, but with like a membrane rather than a jutting, jagged parting. You'll also at this point now, guys, as you approach the Glimmertide Manor, be able to hear Celia, Reaver, Luce, and this new guy.
They kept moving.
We dipped.
Yeah, they kept moving.
Fuck.
That's
Yeah,
why
you guys kept moving.
That's why it's follow the scent to Glimmertide and then keep going.
So then in that case, all you will pick up is Neris, or this new person, and their dragon mount. So actually, with that recollection, I don't want to jump away quite yet. I want to see your reaction to as you guys turn up, and there's a new person there. So you turn up. There's this person.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Neris also went with the others.
Yeah.
Neris hasn't left yet. He was still mounting up. Specifically know that because it takes 15 minutes to properly saddle and mount.
Your cousin sucks.
He really does. He
Then-
really does.
Pretty bad.
Genuine question, would the others have left without him in that case?
Or are we just watching Reaver and Luce frustratedly stare at this man?
Pretty sure Luce has a vein in her temple just about ready to pop. You rolling for it?
Yeah. I'm leaving this fucker. It's fine.
Yeah.
We ditching?
We're ditching him. It's fine.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joy.
So we would have started following Brown.
Okay, cool.
So proud of you.
So, starting to follow Groan, who is able to pick up the scent of what was similar to Luce. Okay, so I'll come back to that then. I still want to get Echo and Marisol and Ariel with the introduction to Nereus. So as you guys arrive, there is what you can see as a deep elf who is currently, deep elf, who is currently just getting into the saddle and clipping themselves in. And it's like less clipping in the legs like you would usually expect with somebody riding a flying mount where they strap in their legs. And what he's actually doing is he's clipping like his torso, like a belt, and then one hand he binds into like a saddle. But he's in the process of doing this when you guys arrive at Glimmertide Manor.
And just to be clear, because I can't remember off the top of my head, Celia's message didn't have any specifications about a new person being here, right?
No, he didn't mention Nereus whatsoever because he was limited to only 25 words.
Right. Okay.
Greeted by a growl.
Who the hell are you?
Their head is going to go back and they take a big heavy sigh and go, I am honestly getting really tired of people asking me that question in my own house.
This is my partner's house. I don't know who you are.
Oh, dear gods above. Okay. One, as the only heir to the Glimmertide name with proof to that, until such thing comes around, this is my house. Number two, if you're looking for my supposed cousin, she went that way. Please feel free to go after her.
We will. Fuck off.
At that, this big head is going to turn round, and there's this steady exhale of bubbles. And the one difference it's going to be between Groan and this creature is as it breathes out, there's no crackle of electricity in its breath as it breathes out. Its breath weapon is technically still going to do fire damage, but it's superheated steam.
So,
And
met with that.
the temperature in the water around you guys immediately not like painfully or even uncomfortably, but palpably. Like you can feel the temperature raise.
Met with that, Echo's moving in front of Marisol, between Marisol and this creature. And Echo's gonna let out that full-chested, deep growl that echoes in all of these various different voices right back.
Give me an intimidation check.
Hell yeah, I will. I never get to roll intimidation.
Can Echo intimidate a dragon?
I'm
Listen, I don't think we're killing your cousin. I think we're getting beat to it.
Yep, we might. Just might.
So I have advantage, and I'm glad I do, because my first roll sucked. My second roll was a nat 20 for a 23.
A nat 20 for a total of 23.
Yes.
Okie dokie. So I'm just hunting the stat block right now. I will say I rolled a 19 on the die.
Nice.
So let me just find the stat block so I can pull it up. Why can't I oh, I know why I can't find it. Because it's not in the creatures tab. It's in my evil campaign material, the Deep Blue Sea portion. That's why. I name my things so well. Right, where are we at? There we go. Where is it? Did I go buy it? I haven't went by it. Where are you? Oceanic Dragon. There you are. Okay, cool. So a couple of things. One, it is so your intimidation check works. Okay? As you are, so you make the superior check. This creature is immune to the frightened condition when it's nearby the person that summons it. But this isn't technically a frightened thing. So how I'm going to play it off is, it doesn't get frightened, but there is certainly a look of, like its body language immediately changes to curiosity rather than I'm going to turn you into lunch meat. It immediately becomes like, this is not something that I am used to seeing. Due to your link to your more primal and animalistic nature, what I'm going to give you is based on its body language. I'm going to give you this. It's not that this creature has never encountered intimidation on this level, just not from something this small. At which point, this rider on its back is going to put his hand on its neck and just start to speak to it in Draconic. Remind me, do any of you guys speak Draconic?
I don't think so. I have Common Druidic and then...
Common Druidic and then... That is how you say thieves can't in Thieves Can't. So in that sense, none of you will know what he says to it. But as he says it, it kind of pulls its head back and turns around. And he will, as it turns, he moves perfectly in sync with it so that as it turns, his head always keeps facing you guys.
Like a chicken.
Yes, deep elves are actually gyroscopic.
If you actually hold up Ariel and like move him around, his head stays in the same spot.
His head just bobs and weaves.
It's just
Don't make me test
Don't
that.
tempt me. I will do that.
do it. Do it.
Yes, Marisol, same vibe.
Bet. Please do.
We're having a very serious session today.
Yeah,
Incredible.
really are.
So serious. We are so profesh. He's going to once again gesture in the direction that Luce and everybody went, and he's going to say, they went that way. I know that one of them sent a message. I'm assuming it's to yourselves. Don't get involved. And then they will just kind of speak another word in Draconic, and Shimmerfin, this... Yes, he's large. This large Draconic creature is going to undulate once, just to take themselves off the ground, and then start that kind of like butterfly-esque under the water, but instead of it being up, down, it's sideways undulation. And they start to move off deeper into the city, but not in the same direction as Luce and Reaver and Celia and Groan have went.
Ariel just looks to Echo and just...
Okay,
With-
I just want to be sure that just with everything else that's going on, that we're on the same page, because from what I remember, and anyone else feel free to correct me if I am wrong, it was that Neris finally, after being... Everyone was a dick. Some with more purpose than others. But Neris did agree to go with everyone instead of going out on his own. Which is
Correct.
why... Yeah.
Why the confusion of the right.
So I have here that he had agreed that working together was a good idea, but not going with them, because he had said that he had things that he had to chase up.
Okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure that...
He has agreed, and the reason I know it is because he agreed reluctantly to include Luce, and that was only because she apparently said that she was a Glimmertide. He didn't really agree to work with the others. He just kind of went, I'll deal with you if I have to. The other ones, if they're there, fine, but I'd rather they weren't. So, he then did say that if they wanted to go and chase down what they wanted to do, they were welcome to, but he had some things that he wanted to. He had some leads to go and identify on his own.
Gotcha.
So, Echo, I mean, it's a city, but you're Echo. Survival check with advantage. For tracking.
22.
22, absolutely perfect. Knocks out of the water. You're able to get the combined scent tracks of these three people makes it easy enough for you to trace them through. They're heading more northern into the city. Closer towards like it's less of a populated area, but more larger scale buildings. So buildings of like, importance, whether that being religious importance or whether it being military importance, unaware of at this point, but moving towards that direction.
Once Echo fully picks up that scent, that trail, Echo will turn back towards, because the whole group that we have with us, as far as I understand, is, Gildas, Ariel, Kaelin, and Marisol.
Yup.
And cool. Turning back to everyone, Echo will gesture towards the way Neris went, and then towards where, they picked up the trail of their group. We obviously know he went that way. For whatever reason. The ones we are looking for are over there.
Okay. Then we go to the ones we are looking for.
Kaelin is going to kind of look towards that, and then look towards where Neris has went. And then he's going to look to you, Echo, and he's going to say, we would like to follow that one.
Interesting. Stay out of sight.
As you say that, they will nod, and they will... They'll use one of their wild shapes, and they're going to, immediately shrink down, becoming essentially like a what's the name of that thing?
The thing.
There's
Oh
a lot of
God,
things.
marine biology is not my strong suit. Really, really fast deep sea fish.
Barracuda? Marlin?
No. Fuck
big
it.
or small?
I can't remember. So I'm just going to change my mind on it. It's going to turn into just a humble squid.
What's it?
And just
What are you
start
thinking?
from-
Big or small?
It's kind of medium sized. There's like images of like deep trench workers getting like attacked by them. It's actually quite
Yeah.
funny to see.
I think I know what you're talking about. They got like that weird like jaw that comes down with
Yeah.
like teeth and shit. I know exactly what you're thinking.
Either way, I've said a Humboldt squid now, so it just starts flying off through the water.
Right before Kaelin can actually go, right after saying stay out of sight, Echo's going to say, if anything tries to interfere with him, tell us.
Okay.
And we'll let him go.
Bren, I think what you were thinking of was a viperfish.
No, it wasn't, but in saying that, you've just reminded me of what it was. And I've obviously inserted it into somewhere where it doesn't actually belong, because what I was thinking of was a gulper eel.
I used to have a taser named Viper. Anyway.
I think I dated someone named Viper at one point.
But with that, Echo will then start leading the
Okay.
remaining group.
So you start to lead them off, and you start to follow the trail. At this point, I'm going to go to Reaver and Luce and Celia. You guys are following Groan. Groan is going to take you to a district in the north of Deep Heart. Okay? Now, as you move towards here, kind of a larger military presence, but you see there's lots of dressed very much in military garb, but not of any kind of like denoting colours or defining factions. As you're also heading to territory where mercenary guilds are active. But you do not move towards a mercenary guild, nor even a military building. What you move towards seems to be some kind of temple. Now, while it is true, Deep Elves don't worship gods, so to speak. They actively respect and adhere to ways and such given by primordial beings who are very, very real and physical within this world and within certain aspects of the astral sea and such. Deep Elves do have a strong bond with their Sea Elf cousins. And so this is a temple to the elven gods, out of respect for their Sea Elven cousins. It is... There's no one here. There's absolutely no one here. There are no Sea Elves in Deep Heart using this at this moment in time. But it is a full kitted out temple with all of the necessities for worship of the elven gods. Now, as you go in, you have large statues, strangely out of place because they are carved out of either natural wood or like white marble and gold. Definitely not the kind of materials you would see this deep in the ocean. Obviously magically protected as well. You have, going from elven temples within worship of the elven gods are always built in circles. So, because the elven pantheon sits in a circle. Going around them all, you can see the statues of every one of them in their mightiest of poses, holding their divine implements and all that jazz. The only one of them that really looks any form of remotely similar is the statue of Aquas, with his palm outstretched and this little flurry of like water constantly moving with these little lily pads and such on them, and his double-ended trident in his hand and a very kind and warm smile on his face. The rest of the gods are all very, very much, they belong on the surface. But Groan takes you right into the heart of this temple and then starts to circle around about the middle of the floor. Doing that thing that like bloodhounds do, where they find something where they start to just circle it and circle it and circle it. It starts to do that.
Grun's your pet. So
Cool. So the
react-
first thing, the first reaction you get is before we even enter the temple, I'm going to stop for maybe just a moment with the fuck kind of look, because I'm having a real good time with powerful entities.
I'm gonna share that same look with you. We follow your weird dog.
Get your fucking
Last one
dog.
living-
It don't bite. Yes, it do.
Simple look. Last one living, bury the other, and just continue.
Oh, it's a big old hole I gotta dig though. She's gonna
Wow.
sass Reaver for a moment and
The
just
fucking
follow.
sass on this one.
Fucking wow.
Is it swimming upward or downward?
It seems to
center?
be. It seems to be gesturing lower to the ground.
Okay.
Did Groan find something?
Grown.
What does that mean?
It stops the circle and looks to you, Reaver.
You use your words, buddy.
Okay, so you have to ask it a question.
Okay. Tell about it, like, is it below the earth?
At which point, Groan will like jut his head up and down, and then speak in that guttural tone of like, down, hollow, and then almost as if to show it, will jab this chitinous protrusion on the front of their snout into the ground, creating like a dull thud of like an echoey, like you would get if there was like a hollow back part.
Okay. I got 2 ideas. How about you?
Is one of them you go on the floor
Yes.
by yourself?
Just to find a way to open it.
We're not gonna have a way to talk to you if you get ambushed by something.
We have grown.
Can Groan talk to you?
Yeah.
All right, then fuck it.
If I could sigh, I would. As a chosen group, glad you went with that option.
Please do not desecrate hollow ground with my cousin.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let the mace, because again it's a maul, tap the hollow earth, and just look going like, yeah, that was the other plan. And I'm gonna spectre through where he's tapped it hollow.
Okay.
I will move as fast as I can until I can get to a place where my body was not forced to eat myself out. And obviously with half speed, the maximum for that would be 40 feet. Yes,
Okay.
I'm not expediting retreat.
So it's about 5 foot thick. 5 foot thick
Yep.
as you spectre through this. And what you come to is it's no kind of like hastily dug tunnel. This is structured. This is supposed to be here. As it is a deep blue marble corridor, much like the deep blue marble that the temple is built from, with a winding staircase going down. There are lamps set in the walls, giving off a kind of pale blue light. It does count as being well lit.
Okay. Any levers, buttons, sconces to pull to make so like, oh, we want to leave this stairwell. Go.
There's a chain that would be wrapped around and pulled. A kind of a brass chain with a weighted ball on the end of it that would generally be where you put your hand and push down.
Okay. Pull it.
Okay, and you pull it, and as you pull it, the piece of the ceiling kind of falls, like, just a couple inches, just like and then cracks in the middle, and then slides to reveal the staircase coming down, where you can see your body, you can see Celia, Luce, and you can see Groan.
Ta-da!
Huh.
About every time you say ta-da, you say it the same way as the belt from Meet the Croods. Ta-da! Like...
That sounds
No
more like an
skull,
echo.
but still brains.
We can get you a skull. It's fine.
Shall we?
Should we wait for the others to catch up with us?
That's your choice. Do you want to risk your dad? I've got a backup plan for that.
I've got a
We can
backup
wait.
plan for your dad?
No, for if we go.
Alright, okay.
Oh.
It's like, damn,
Do
I
you
know
want
we
to hear
moved.
the plan?
I know we moved too late, Luce, and I know you lost your dad. But here's one I made earlier.
Yeah, no. I'll clarify. Do you want to hear my plan? Groan stays here. As soon as you smell the others, bite. And I'm going to point at the thing I'm holding and pull. And then lead them to
You're
us.
You're turning Groan into a butler?
I'm keeping Groan from getting killed and letting you catch up to your dad so he doesn't get killed.
Groan is the one leading us to my dad.
All right, I'm going to try and just break it, keep it open, like jam it open.
She will put hands up, be like, no, we're not desecrating. We got enough trouble with primordials. I don't need trouble with gods.
Let it go and
All
just
right,
fold the arms. Yeah, pick your move.
All right, fine, but you're carrying Feather.
All right.
Sack of potatoes.
I'm just going to one-arm him.
Okay. He's as you pass him over, Sale just kind of hangs there and is like, gets a little bit degrading when I'm just passed around.
Seem to enjoy it with me, Marisol. She'll go down the steps.
He's gonna look at Reaver and just like, I have no idea what she's talking about.
Hey, what you do is what you do.
I'd say there's no inside check needed for that shit.
Reaver, do you follow?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I leave Groan to guard the lever to get the others back.
You gonna
Okay.
close it?
Yeah, I think it would close anyway.
It's set to close after a certain time period. So you head down. Getting to the bottom of this staircase doesn't take long. 30 seconds, really. And it comes to something you've seen before. Something you're quite familiar with. Or something most of this party is familiar with. Albeit not Echo. Comes into a simple room. Very simple. Blue, marble, pillars. You're talking 20-foot diameter maximum. In the centre's taking up a solid 10 foot in and of itself. In a round 10-foot diameter is a large, almost the size of like a baptismal pool of other water constantly swirling. You've seen this.
Like the portal that got us to
The portal that took you to Cephalophore Tower. Luce, as you go down into this, I won't make you roll for it, you're able to see that while the temple up top was most definitely built by elven hands, everything below the ground here is Sicalian.
She makes that sound out loud, noticing that.
Wonderful. What is it?
Oh, this was built by Cicalians. Why is it that I'm Cicalian up top and Deep Sea Elf for the rest of it, but every fucking else thing is Deep Sea Elf up top and Cicalian down on the bottom? I feel like this is just cruel humor in architecture.
Maybe you came out head first and they thought it was the other way around. I don't know.
Most likely. Most likely.
Yeah,
You'd have to find my daddy next.
that's what decided Lucy's genetic makeup. Which way they were born.
Reaver's an idiot and doesn't know this shit. Also trying to make humor for like the fuck, we're gonna kill things.
If Reaver thinks that that's how it works, I hate to see what happens when Reaver ever finds out about breech birth. Like,
No,
don't,
Reaver
its legs will come out on its forehead.
No, it's just Reaver trying to lighten the tone of problems.
All right, we're not going in that by ourselves. That's where I'm drawing the line in the sand.
Okay. As long as you're good with it.
I'm just. It's been a day. I would really like to kill something.
I'm going to not harshly, but just discard Feather with the one hand. Like, just let him float and sit down.
Sailor just kind of float away and just kind of like land, like as he floats off, he just kind of like pushes himself and just kind of like perches on the edge of the pool and just starts to look and observe. Just doing that thing it does when his head moves kind of a little bit rapidly and his eyes are constantly moving, as you know. He's doing that thing he does where he just intakes all the information that he can.
Sailor being a nerd again. Alright.
As you say, Celia being a nerd again, and like Reaver goes to answer. Lucy's just going to, not Lucy, Sailor's just going to go, just a minute, my love, I'm currently nerding. And just goes right back to doing what he's doing.
The hand that is now free, because I need to carry this more, I've not made an attachment for it yet, onto your shoulderless. Two things you need to get through your skull before we go in there. One, we will do everything in our power to save them. But we're not going to sink you for it.
That's agreeable.
Two, about the request. No gods or primordials are needed. And I'm going to tap the chest to give you the context clue of what I'm on about. You just got to have one hell of a wish to complete something.
Done.
So don't pray to any of them.
I accidentally talked to one, trying to reach out to a different one. But I think I bothered the poor soul, but he didn't seem to mind it none. He's very patient. Way too smart to have a conversation with blacksmith. That's for damn sure.
Since we can't fight, because we need our energy, and you clearly are a stress ball, and I'm just going to point at the tentacles. Let's play a different game while we wait for them.
Okay.
Ask me a question.
So you do this now when I'm stressed, so I can't think of a good one. I think you do this shit on purpose. It's a good distraction, though, I'll give you that. Would you want us to try to find your body?
What's mine is mine. Guess that includes my corpse.
Yeah. Could wear your own skull in your head, like Adelan does.
I'm thinking about it.
I also want to see how tall I would be compared to you.
I'll walk out.
That don't count.
Okay.
You could be magically making yourself taller.
I don't think that's how it works, but okay.
That's what Cicalians do. They extend their tentacles.
Listen, they're
Stand on the
weird.
tips. They are.
Most of the pennies I had to deal with was 6. There's this race. No, there were. Do you guys have bugs down here?
We got creepy crawler shellfish things. You killed one, remember?
Different kind of thing. Think 2 legs, 4 arms, chitinous bodies.
Kinda.
That's one of them. We call them Thrycreen.
When we go to the surface, you're gonna have to point one out to me because I don't know what the fuck that would look like.
Fair.
You can ask your question.
What are you going to do about your impending responsibilities?
Shove them onto my cousin.
So we don't kill him.
No, I need him to be the hoity-toity bullshit that he's been raised to be.
Okay.
Mate, I ain't cut out for that kind of shit.
So if it's forced upon you, kidnap?
Kidnap. Convincingly kidnap.
I'll put so many holes through so many walls. Don't worry, it'll look convincing.
We could also just like fight. You could knock me out and then kidnap. Then you get like incredible reputation. Probably in the bad way, which I think you might be fine with.
All I want is a sense of family.
I mean, you have that. You have a son. You have a brother. You have a sister-in-law. And you have another sister-in-law, Marisol.
All right.
Does Feather have any reaction to that?
Celia's just going to like stop what he's doing for a moment, then turn and look at you and go, I'd like to just point out that generally before you start adding in-law at the end of things, a question is usually asked, my love.
That's boring.
So you've just okay.
It also pissed off my cousin. So like, it's more fun this way. Besides,
But I believe
megalodon.
I believe there's another reason why that pissed off your cousin.
He just seems like he gets easily pissed off if you don't have a wet nurse or something taking care of him.
No, he's just a dick.
That comes with privilege, I've been told.
Apparently. I don't know where you get the non-dickish behaviour from. And then he's just going to kind of smile a wee bit, like a wee bit of a shit-eating grin, and then just go right back to doing what he was doing.
The answer's drift.
Drift isn't a dick bag.
That's the point you learned from them. Because your dad's a dick. And I am definitely one too.
Okay. On that, I want to, at this point now, come back to the rest of the party, who will be arriving at this location. So, to Echo, to Marisol, to Ariel. You guys are going to arrive here. You see the temple, as I described it all. Echo, the scent takes you, leads you inside, but also you can already smell that it is lower than you. What would you guys like to do?
Can I, like, as we're heading in, can I just, like, walk in front of the statue of Aquas?
You certainly can.
I'm just gonna give it a look over. Anything look out of the ordinary on it? By any chance?
No. Looks like the Aquas that you've seen.
I'm just gonna give it the look of that, like, look of respect, and then there's that look of, like, like look at somebody over, is like, you got some splaining to do. They just join the rest of the group.
Okay. Echo, Marisol, anything, or are you guys just going straight in?
Echo's really just going straight in. Not really paying much attention to things around them. Like, they're obviously taking stock. And they're doing their usual head on a swivel type thing, but as much as there's deities and statues and stuff around, that doesn't matter. And so they're trailing one of their hands along the floor as they go, until they get to, like... Because where Reaver, Celia, and Luce stopped is going to be a stronger scent than another place. And so that's where they're gonna follow. And then stay.
Okay.
Danny, you had something?
I was gonna say I was gonna be asking Echo, do you know what way they went? But if Echo's just going forward, and it seems like Echo already knows where they went, then I'm just following.
Okay.
Gonna push. See if there's any give.
The moment your hands go to touch it, Groan is going to pull the chain, and it starts to open up, and you can just see Groan kind of just floating there, doing that kind of like sidewinder style thing, before they then turn, and they start to make their way down these stairs.
We'll look up, catch everyone's eye, kind of, down this way. And they're going to follow.
All right. Same.
You make your way down, and you are able to join in Reaver, Luce, and Celia. You guys see the rest of the party plus Gildus arrive in his crocodilian hybrid form. The party is now all together. You guys, Marisol, Ariel, Echo, you guys can now see the portal inside that pool. Echo, you've never seen one of these before, but the rest of you have. So what would you like to do with this?
It's gonna point at it, look to Reaver, and be like,
Did they tell us about the leg situation?
Yeah, he made it. Well, yeah.
Okay, just wanted to check who they were like.
Wait,
legs. There's also a tail.
actually, no,
And a
no, he
book.
didn't. I meant
Yeah.
for him to, but he didn't. So
Yeah, there's legs, tail, and a book. Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to be staring at Echo, just...
You good, buddy?
New additions?
Echo figured out how to make their tail legs.
Cool.
We got them pants.
I can see that. And the book.
Pants.
Ignoring the book fact, Echo is gonna like lift up one of their legs and raise and lower like the sail that's on the back of it. Wiggle toes. Even like move the tail around a bit. Apparently, we can change.
So I just wanted to say, please continue what you're doing, guys. I've just got a message from Amy. I think Astrid is waking up, so I'm just going to go and check and see if I can get her down. I'll be back in just a wee moment. Please do continue with the RP. I have wireless headphones. I can hear you.
Oh, good. Guess
For
we'll have to
pants?
teach. Oh, go ahead. After you.
Were pants your choice or somebody else's choice?
Somebody else's choice.
I thought so.
It
Reaver?
was captain's orders.
Fair.
So we'll have to teach you how to dance. The actual kind, not ours. Although you could learn that too, I guess, already.
I think we already know how to do your kind of dance.
Exactly.
The other kind's just like that, just without any bloodshed usually. Unless you're really clumsy or really good at it.
That makes no sense, but okay.
It's fun sometimes.
Hmm?
We'll show you sometime. Good to see you, Gildis. Thanks for coming. How are you going to be... Sorry, Brian, for this point, but I'm just not brain going like, how are you going to be breathing in a few hours? Because I'm going to then point at the portal.
And Ariel's just gonna control water and expand, make a little air pocket inside, and just shrink it down.
Okay. At the risk of jinxing it, why aren't you talking?
That's a good question, actually. Who do I get to thank for that?
I'm just gonna just gesture to Marisol.
For the record, I didn't do it. For the record, also, Ariel, in his moment of... his second moment of meeting a deity before his time and getting sent back, signed a contract to not talk for 3 lunar cycles so that he could learn to listen. And if he did not learn to listen, his voice would be kept permanently.
There's also the other bit.
Yes, we thought it was Ariel's patron deity, but at the very end, the voice sounded like Ariel's very loving, very, very... Ariel's, kidnapper.
I'm just going to give a look to Luce.
I'm
Just
just
gonna
giving a look
cast-
to Reaver.
Casting
It's a-
prestidigitation to form a bust of Father.
Oh, you'll know the... It's basically the for fuck's sake. Like, basically, you like when we get into back to a fight, it's like, cool, this is scenario.
Same look. It's the same look. Reaver doesn't even have a face, and Luce is making the same look.
Yeah. So,
Just gonna point to Reaver. It's just gonna kind of like gesture Marisol towards him.
Yes. Oh, yes, Reaver, we have something for you. And I will pull out the fucking tooth sword.
Fucking tooth sword.
I mean, yeah.
from
Okay.
frustration to curiosity in a quick flash of body pressure, like,
Reaver, with yourself, I will allow you to make an investigation check on this.
okay.
Can I help?
No. This is surface shit.
Oh, fuck, cool.
What I will say though, isn't just actually you asking that is what made me remember this. You can roll away advantage because Celia's there. Also
Cool.
surface shit. So you can roll away advantage.
So nat 20 is 20.
Nat 20 for 20. Okay.
Thank you, Celia,
So-
for advantage because it was a 9.
As you look at this, you're able to more correctly kind of piece together what this thing is. This greatsword is crafted from an odd mix of what seems to be sunken ship parts melded to the jawbone of a particularly massive shark. The cord wrapped around the handle you can immediately tell is rigging rope that has been pulled into strands and drawn around. The pommel that you can see is so this kind of bulbous knot at the bottom of the hilt, the handle of the blade, is what's called a crow's. Very, very weird thing to call it, right? But this is what it says here in the description. It's called a crow's knob.
Okay.
And it's for like if you're up on the crow's nest to get to the tallest height, you stand on one of them and hold on to the other so you can lean out to get a full scope. You can tell that whoever's built this has built this with a real intention of causing pain rather than killing quick. The teeth on the blade are especially adept at that. They're shark teeth. They're really good at cutting deep. This weapon was made by not anybody, not like a position that was really held on the Thresher's Maw, because you all kind of had that job of fighting with total ferocity. But these were given to big bruisers on ships with the intention of get on the ship and while we get everything set to properly board them, just cause mayhem. As this is a particular type of sword, very, very rare on the surface, never mind below the waves, called a hull breaker. Specifically designed to do mass damage.
Okay.
To be specific on damage profile and stuff like that, you've got a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls with this weapon. When you hit with an attack using the weapon, you can use a bonus action to grapple the target if it's no more than one size larger than you. And if you've got a creature grappled with a sword at the start of your turn, you can use an action to just essentially saw the blade, leaving several deep gouges because of the multiple teeth here. They take damage equal to a successful attack with this weapon, and they take an additional 2d8 magical slashing damage at the start of their turn for the next minute. When the teeth have been pulled out of the, like, you know, when you've pulled this away, you can't do it again for another 1d4 hours, as the teeth need to regrow.
Yeah. Okay.
It's perfect for you.
Just smile at it. It'll work. As it's like trying to downplay just the ideas in my head.
Archie, did you just fall in love?
You're just gonna get a look. Nothing more. But the blade will get put in, you go, you can find out when we next dance. Let's go save you folks.
Yeah, Ariel just gives Reaver a look, just...
Sorry, go ahead, Echo.
Speaking of, can somebody actually fill us in on what's going on?
Yeah, I definitely can do that. Went back home. Home's been ransacked. Found a stranger there. The stranger's actually my cousin, because it's my daddy's sister's son. He's an asshole. Grown grappled him and bit him a lot while I was trying to get answers out of him, because he's a dick. His name's Nearest. He's got a sea drake who's like, it's like a purebred.
Yeah, we
Grown's
had a
cuter.
talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's still alive?
Apparently.
Damn shame. Well, I do need him. I need him to shoulder responsibility that I don't fucking want. So hopefully he lives. Wherever the fuck he went off to. He agreed basically that I can help him because somebody's killing off glimmer tides. My daddy's been
that is a
kidnapped.
problem.
Yeah, my daddy's been kidnapped because the entire house has been ransacked. I believe Grown said there was at least 7 individuals. Reaver?
There was 7 individuals inside the house that could be scented. One was this person that was like you. There were 6 others.
So, like, Malith should have been with him. Reaver thinks probably Koldo was with him too. So that's 3 versus 4 assailants that Grown could possibly pick up the scent track of.
I understand. I understand what you meant now. Yes, besides Nurse, there was 7 others. I understand what you're meaning now. Sorry, I apologise. Go ahead.
So 3v7.
Yeah, 3v7.
Yeah, 3v7.
Cool.
I mean,
Rewind play says that. Went into my daddy's office. It's got a weird lock on it, but we figured it out because apparently Reaver can read Draconic. And the weird sword's gone. So either my daddy has that or somebody else has it, which is bad for obvious reasons. We had Grown basically follow the trail. Salia sent y'all a message, and now we're here in the basement built by Sicalians of a sea elven temple to the elven gods, sea elven gods, surface elven gods, the gods temple bullshit. But there's a portal, and Salia's been nerding out over it and looking at it.
That's what that thing is. Never seen one before.
Oh, we went through one whenever we went to Cephalopore Tower. It was awful.
Celia's going to go. That brings me to the point I was about to bring up. I don't know where this leads. Nothing gives away its location as to where it goes. But what I can tell you is it's rigged. There's an alarm spell attached to this. If we follow, something's going to get triggered. Things will follow us.
There's fucking Murish. Thank you.
Luce looks proud.
Ariel?
Ariel's gonna like go to Celia and just like kind of gesture about the.
And he's going to go, right, does anybody have any way to translate that?
Roughly.
I think Ariel's asking if there's a way to break the alarm without tripping it.
He's going
Ariel might be able to, is what Ariel's trying to say.
Right, okay.
We
cool.
only see through body language.
So, what's your idea on going through without tripping it? Magic.
What if you turn the portal off?
Then we can't go through it.
Is gonna like kind of like get right next to Celia and just put put Ariel's head on Celia's head.
It takes Celia a little while, but he then goes, "Oh, right, okay. Next time, you just tap your forehead." And then he will look at Luce and he'll just kind of like, just a moment, and he's going to detach his telepathic connection from Luce to you, Ariel.
You get angry tentacles.
Right. There's the thought. Like Ariel's not saying it. Ariel's thinking. It's like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna say it out loud. Seeing this, I'm gonna. Is that not gonna break your pact? I mean, a permanently silent use is an interesting combination.
Hasn't it already been broken?
The look of confusion.
You missed the
It did
note
make
cards.
a bunch of note cards, yeah.
You are the dumbest elf I've ever met, and I know that one. Pointing at Feather.
Celia's going to go, "I'm smarter than everyone in this room combined. I would just like that to be known."
I didn't say I was insulting you.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know what this whole deal thing is that Ariel has going on, but if it's apparently in question, he will detach the telepathic communication and put it back with Luce.
Happy tentacles.
I just got to point to Feather. You give the questioning gesture of a hug.
Sailor kind of, give the one arm as he's leaning onto something, kind of like, it's all right, it's okay, it's good. Gildash from behind you, I was going to go, is in a, well, it seems like we got us a little bit of a situation. Y'all be needing to go through here, but as soon as y'all go through here, something gonna be coming after you all. We all understanding correctly, we? Then
Yes.
I have a much simpler solution for you all. You all go through, do your little rescue mission. Anything that comes here, I make sure cannot follow.
And if they kill you,
Oh, shit. Bigger and better things I've tried.
nice. And if any of the guards come looking to see why there's a giant ruckus happening in the temple, this isn't a military district
Then I will
and a
give
mercenary
them.
district.
Then I will give them something to chase.
All right.
Ariel's just gonna put a hand on his shoulder, just
He's gonna say, Nah, don't you be giving me no sad eyes, mon ami. Ain't nothing taking me down yet, and nothing gonna be taking me down for a long, long time.
I had that thought once, so I'll ask out of respect if it's okay, Gildis. If it does happen, do you want anything taken to Chira or to the swamps where you're from?
Just you tell Shira from me. Water was a whole lot clearer with her in sight.
Silent nod.
Ariel's gonna make a gesture, like cast prestidigitation in his hand to make like little sparkles and stuff. As a way of saying, like, do you want some magical help?
He's gonna say, No, me? This is a good way for Gildas to stretch out his old bones. And then he's gonna start to make his way up the stairs slowly, like swimming, like, like crocodile style, slowly and limply. And like, y'all best be getting on now.
That is a beautiful, beautiful man.
Totally.
Depths be blessed. All right. We going through the fucking portal or what?
All right, let's go. Let's go get your dad.
Just gotta pull Feather aside real fast. Reach into the bag. Is going to hand Feather a book.
Okay. Feather will take the book, have
We
a
also
look
should
at
give
it.
Feather the armor.
Huh?
We should also give Feather the armor we grabbed.
Just gonna pull out the armor too. Just gonna hand it to him.
The armor you took from your father's personal.
Mhm.
I was like,
Yes.
you guys didn't get anything from it, but you took it from your father.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So he'll take a hold of it and go, this is War Mage armor. Okay. Thank you. Open the book. Okay, he'll take the book and he will open it.
Yep. It is very obviously the grimoire.
This is all of the knowledge that your father collected. Spells. There are spells in here that he created. Unique. surely that should be for your eyes before anybody else's, for your bloodline.
Just gonna kind of like shimmy over and just like bump shoulders.
I'll look after this. And as soon as I can figure out a way to transcribe and copy, I will hand this book to you. And I'll find a way to teach you how to cast them. And he'll take the book and he'll attach it to his hip. So, is the party going through the portal?
Before we go,
Uh-huh.
something we need to tell you all. Kaylin isn't here. The reason Kaylin isn't here is because Kaylin is following your cousin. Because your cousin went off on his own. Kaylin wanted to follow Neris. That's
don't like
something
that.
we need to make very clear. If anything on that line anything happens, Kaylin is supposed to let us know immediately. Within that, I would also we want to tie Kaylin in with Gildas as well. Backup for the both of them, should something go wrong on either end. We'll do that right before we leave, most likely. But since your cousin is the one who's going off, is there any message you want given to Neris at any point?
She looks at Reaver with this very, like, fuck expression.
That's my reply.
Yeah.
Is that the message we're sending?
No, we can't just tell him to go fuck himself because he might know something useful. I guess.
Was I not supposed to tell him to go fuck himself?
Did you tell him to go fuck himself?
I did tell him to fuck. I did say fuck you.
I owe you a real confession of admiration, adoration, and other feelings. I made the right choice with that one. But no, can you just have Kaylin relay to Neris where we went and the shit about this being booby-trapped? He might already know about this place since he's all hoity-toity and bullshit. But
Well, if
I
you
guess
couldn't
as
do
a
something as simple as finding it, then
that also. But it's more of a his mama's also missing. So it's more of a family matter. It's weird having family. It's not brick-a-brack bastards. But you know.
then
I'd appreciate it.
Echo is going to tap back into that connection with Kaylin.
Mm-hmm.
And what Echo is going to relay is one, where they are and what they're about to do, and that they will check back in once again once they know where the portal goes.
Mm-hmm.
Two, will relay the information about Gildas and the goal there, and essentially if something happens with Gildas, help. But also that Gildas might be good backup if Kaylin needs it on the side of Neris. And then it's also going to give the request of checking in frequently, even with small changes, because we're now walking this tightrope line of who knows what's connected to what. And that's what Echo relays.
Okay.
And then after that, Echo is going to briefly go up after Gildas and is going to just say, in the area, there's someone who is with us named Kaylin. Kaylin is staying behind. if things get too much for yourself or for Caitlin, you could be backup for one another. Do not forget that they exist.
He'll turn so that this one reptilian eye looks at you and then just nod.
And Echo will then go back down to everyone. We can go now.
Anything? Marisol?
Yeah.
This is just gonna walk up to Marisol, hands on either side of the face. I am so sorry for the way I spoke to you.
I appreciate it.
And she kisses her.
Oh.
Just in case we might die down there. It's fine. I'm gonna give Rowan a forehead kiss too. Flip Reaver off. And go stand by Feather.
You're gonna get shoved as you pass.
Yes.
No one's dying, not even me.
Keep that mindset, please. What order are we descending into the weird fucking portal?
We can go first.
I go first. Reaver?
Sure. Do you want me to grab? And I'm gonna point at Feather.
The sailor's going to go, I can fall in.
And
Can you land?
afterwards,
I'll go in last.
I'm gonna look at Liz for like, do you want that to happen?
He's his own man. He can make his
Eh.
own choice. Marisol?
I will go in third, middle of the group.
I'll put Ariel in front of me. And me and Feather will go together.
I'm not going to do the walk around and kiss you all goodbye thing, because I don't think I would survive the walk. He'll just give like a little chuckle and then say, in case it does go, as we would say on the surface, tits up. I'm glad I met you all. And he'll look to Marisol and then to Luce and say, especially you two. And he'll look back at Marisol and go, you guys just had your moment, so I figure I'll get you on the way back.
And Luce is going to pick up Feather bridal style.
And he will say, oh, assume the position. Okay.
Missing most of your chest and still has a heart. Sap.
Ain't that your fault?
It does seem odd that we are all acting like we are going to die when we did all just survive in pissing off a primordial deity incomprehensibly.
Fuck it. Echo, first?
Yeah, and we're not gonna die.
No,
Yeah.
you're immortal.
We are actually. And then Echo's gonna go back into the portal after having actually
style.
said that out loud.
So Echo goes in.
Should have probably told Echo that the polarity can swap. And I'm just gonna do the dive bomb again.
Okay. The moment that Echo is in there, an alarm starts pealing out. High-pitched, wailing scream, like a siren song turned wrong. Off-key, discordant wailing. Reaver, you're following in?
Mm-hmm.
Ariel, you were put in third place. You good with third place? No, sorry, you were put in
Marisol's
fourth
third.
place. Marisol, you following Reaver in?
Yep.
Ariel, you following Marisol?
Yeah, I'd put in the Discord that Errol was gonna go third, but fourth works just as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, we didn't see that, buddy.
Oh,
and
you're fine.
then
Yeah.
Luce following in. Okay.
Fine.
with that, we're going to go to our 15-minute break. Okay, as you all descend into the portal. Do not go anywhere, folks, and we will see you in 15 minutes. Hello everybody and welcome back to part 2 of our little session of Fathoms Below. Now, when we left off for our break, our party had just dived head first into this swirling portal of tumultuous transportational waters. And it is going to spit you all out. Not with terminal velocity like the last one, quite softly actually. You land in dark waters. For those of you who are dark vision and such, you're able to see quite far here. But the water is very dark. But you can tell that you are on a constructed surface. It is flat, it is hard. It's also slightly, I say flat, sorry, it's not flat. What I meant by that is it wasn't like loamy, it was like soft. It does have a kind of slight bell curve to it. Yes, Reaver?
What do I hit?
Oh yeah, because you launched yourself through it, didn't you?
I used the old dive bomb tactic of fall. 60 feet speed.
Nothing actually. You go maybe about 15 feet forward, tuck, roll, and are able to come up standing.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Can I? You have like make a perception check and like give us a 360 scan.
Of course, everybody in the party can make an active perception check if you would like to.
Yes, please.
Forgot where my perception was for a second. I actually had a difficult time. Nat 20. Finding it.
A 19.
22.
Kyle with 17 plus 4.
21.
21.
Thank you.
18.
Okay, so all of you are able to see that the portal here, as you come out, is not like a basin here. You've come out into an actual constructed portal. Not to say it is one of these, but think of it very much in the sense of like Stargate. Circular portal, swirling water, staircase coming down. Reaver, you're at the foot of the staircase because it's only 10 feet, so you've just kind of jumped, tuck and rolled at the bottom of it. The rest of you came out at varying levels on these stairs. Behind the portal, nothing. As in, have you ever seen oceanic cliff drops? Where it's just like a cliff and it just drops into nothingness. One of those. But for those of you who have dark vision and are able to see the bottom, Echo, I would include you in this because it is within 60 feet, and I'm just going to kind of give you it for the sake of being able to see. This is also an underwater waterfall. Where heavy... Have you never seen these before, Diamond?
Oh,
Okay.
they're weird.
So like there's actually lakes underwater which are like, it's heavily salted water that forms its own rivers and such underneath the sea. It works in a very, very similar manner. Heavy salt laden water is being dragged down into the depths.
Is this salt water or is this fresh water that we're in?
So you're in salt water, but it's much, much saltier than you are used to. It is also incredibly cold here. Okay? Now, I'm only going to give 2 of you exemption from this. Because really, only 2 of you really makes sense. Well, actually, wait, hold on. No. 3 of you would have exemption from this. Okay? And I'm going to go into my explanations for it. Marisol and Ariel, the both of you are going to be subject to the extreme weather condition cold. Are you guys familiar with the rules of extreme weather? No? Okie dokie. So I'm going to just take a little moment to just explain to you how the extreme weather, specifically with cold, is handled, and because we're underwater, how I am going to be handling it differently. Okay? So, extreme weather, obviously, as you know, happens when you are as the name says, extreme weather happens when you're like, if you're at the top of a mountain, it's extremely cold. If you're inside a volcano, extremely hot. That kind of thing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, extremely cold. Whenever temperature is at or below 0 degrees Fahrenheit, a creature exposed to the cold must succeed in a Constitution saving throw at the end of each hour or gain 1 level of exhaustion. Creatures with resistance or immunity to cold damage will automatically succeed, as do creatures wearing cold weather gear or creatures naturally adapted to cold climates. Now I'm going to treat this a little bit differently, okay? The immunity and something to cold, that's going to fit in there. Cold weather clothing, not really a thing here. So that's nonplussed. The reason that, and I'm going to go into explaining as to why the other 3 will be exempt from this. 1, Reaver kind of doesn't have a body. Can't get cold. Number 2, Echo existed at one of the lowest points of the Black Ocean for quite some time. They have adapted. And 3, fairly easy to tell at this point, I'm sure everybody's kind of aware, but you have come to Cephalophore. And therefore, Luce, being part Sicalian, has a built-in resistance to this kind of cold. You guys, however, one of you being fairly adapted at this point to not even the Black Ocean, what you would call the upper oceanic levels, and one of you being from somewhere which is exceptionally humid and quite warm water. You guys are going to be susceptible to it. Celia is also exempt. 1, Winter Elf, 2, Lich. So, extremely cold conditions as you are at the deepest inhabited place in the Black Ocean. Any deeper from here, and it is the undead or fucking freaks. That's the only 2 groups. They are either undead or they're freaks. That's all that's beneath this level.
It
Let's
makes
go.
sense where we found Echo now.
So
Yeah.
I will be keeping a track of as you move and how much time is spent. Now, it gets made a matter of public record. The DC for these saving throws starts at 10. Okay? For each continuous hour that you are here. Wait, no, sorry, no, that's not correct. It's always a DC 10. It's always a DC 10. I was about to say at the end of each hour it goes up by 1, but it's not, because that's heat, where slowly you will boil alive. So, DC is always going to be a DC 10. Okay? If you fail, 1 level of exhaustion. That's it. And this is going to be an instance where, because of how it is balanced, I think I'm going to use the new rules for exhaustion. Am I? Now that I've said it, I'm like, am I going to do it?
Are you?
Nah, I want to terrify you. Ignore I said that. Ignore I said that. You guys jumped through the portal without doing your homework. You guys ended up in Cephalophore. Nah, we're going with the old rules.
I was like, I looked at the new rules going, oh, they're pretty tame. I see why you're picking the old rules.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I was like, every time you fight, every level of exhaustion, a -1 to all dice rolls. I was like, yeah, okay, that's kind of nasty. And I was like, but wait, it's fucking DC 10. Nah, motherfuckers, you get the full shebang.
Do we start off making one?
No, it's at the end of every hour.
Okay.
Paladin has help on con saves. 10-foot range.
While you're still a paladin.
Oh, no, I'm not losing Paladin to my knowledge.
It wouldn't
okay.
it wouldn't be the paladin that you would lose if he was going to lose. If he was going to lose anything at any point, it would be the warlock.
Got you. Making sure.
Unless I'm raging, then I'm in Archie mode, so then fuck, sorry.
Well, oh well.
I'm going to drop Feather gently.
Okay. You
Just
place
check.
Feather down, and Feather's just gonna. This place feels malicious.
I'm cold.
Ariel has balled up, and it's like, Jesus. Sorry, shit's falling. It's like kind of like balled into a thing, and it's like shivering, casting prestidigitation on his hands to warm up.
You get used to it.
This isn't even that cold. It's pretty comfortable, actually.
Could be colder.
As everybody's talking about the cold, Celia's going to get like a look of actual like, I fucking miss the cold. Like, he gets like an actual look of like maybe like just a little bit sad as he puts his hand through the water trying to feel the cold.
God damn, motherfucker's gonna make us move to Seth before after he becomes human again. Or elven again.
After it becomes human again.
We know a lot that might be currently happening in Cephalophore. Not the least of which is your parents.
Why?
When we say we mean this group, all of us. We know of a bit going on, and so outside of that portal taking us here, which is then your parents are probably here, along with the other ones taken, if they're not dead already. Corpses might be here.
Just wait, correction. One parent and then an aunt and possibly an uncle.
We
I don't
don't
judge
know
you,
how
right?
many of your family are here.
I don't. Let's just go with the one, because if the other one's here, we're fucked.
We might be fucked anyway.
Yeah. Rowan
Uh,
came with us through the portal, correct? Real quick.
Yep.
Cool. Continue. Echo.
This is also where some other things are happening, potentially connected, potentially not. When we fought the doctor, where he wanted to take us, that's here.
Today's just one of those fucking days, ain't it? Alright. Okay. The doctor didn't give you a location, did he?
Well, we know that the old facility that we were at isn't where they are now, but where they are now is somewhere in Cephalophore. Likely in the deep, because that's where they do everything.
Mhm.
So, no?
Okay. First, we need to find out where in Cephalophore we are.
Is there a door
That's-
around here?
Open area as far as we know.
Or like a doorway? It was mostly a question to the DM.
If you're looking for a doorway, you can't see anything that suggests an actual like entryway to anything. You just see a long path ahead of you. For those of you that have dark vision, that is, you just see a long path ahead of you.
Echo, can you pick up the scent?
Scent of
The blood.
whose blood?
We don't.
What
Go
blood?
ahead. Grown was
Echo
following. After you, Liz, please.
Echo didn't. I'm guessing you guys didn't actually go into the estate. Okay, there was blood left over, which is what Grown ended up sensing from everybody who was there, who was getting smacked around. So, are you able to catch like what I smell like and try to differentiate to my daddy?
We know that you
Whose
two smell different
offers?
but similar.
And
Okay. And Echo comes up, takes it, and if it were anyone else in almost any other situation, it might be considered sweet or even romantic the way that Echo takes your hand. But in this situation, Echo leans in and it's just mouth open, large inhale. And they're going to do their best to get that scent refresh their mind on not only what you smell like, but also the scent that they had of Moradin and of them. Because while they weren't inside the estate, they have a very fucking good sense of smell, or taste in this case. So they'll try to work that out.
Okay. If that's what you're intending on doing, Echo, that will be a survival check, okay? I won't grant advantage this time because the water is much colder, it's much saltier, there's a lot more interference, but you are still Echo, so it will be just a standard survival check, please.
I almost said that's not great. It's fucking great. It's 15. I'm just so used to rolling so high.
So that's a 15 in total.
Yes.
I've
15
been
in total,
meaning
isn't
to
it?
give out inspirations, and I keep forgetting. Oh, well.
15 in total is going to be enough to catch the trail, but you can tell it's very faint. You can tell that from here they picked up speed.
Echo is gonna kind of shame again with that open mouth to really make sure they're using all of their senses for this. And they're gonna say, we have the trail. Everyone stay behind us. Try to stay where the current isn't going to push anything from you over to us. The trail is very, very faint. And so Engo's gonna kind of herd people to where the current isn't going to be a bother, and is then going to turn back to the trail, turn back and go, do we want to go now, or?
going quick or are we going sneaky?
We can do both, that's up to you.
Party?
I say it's your family, it is your call ultimately.
Right? We can do both. Echo is then going to cast Pass Without Trace. So Echo's obviously going to choose the whole party, and you now all have a +10 bonus to stealth checks, and you cannot be tracked except by magical means.
Hell yeah. After Echo does that, Era's just gonna look to Echo and be just gonna hold out a fist.
Huh? You want us to punch you?
Please.
Echo's gonna hold their hand over Ariel's fist.
I just gonna stop it, close into a fist, just lightly fist bump. And I'm gonna use that to give you a bardic inspiration.
That is a look of that is entirely a look of my character doesn't understand this. I appreciate the bardic inspiration, but this is fucking weird for my character.
Yep.
I
to figure out how to
appreciate what this
inspire-
is, and I appreciate the bardic inspiration. Echo's like, what is happening?
While that happens, the telepathic order I'm giving Groan is wrap Celia and Marisol to them and follow behind. Because Marisol can't see and Feather needs mobility.
Thank you.
Appreciated.
And I'm going to walk up to Marisol because I know Marisol can't see and whisper, "Don't freak. Groan will cover you, just like before. You'll have Feather to talk to."
Oh, wonderful.
And then the tentacle parts of the sea trigger are just going to go weep, wrap round, hold, pull in tight.
That was so sarcastic. You'll have Feather to talk to. Oh, wonderful. As Celia and Marisol are pulled into the room, Celia is going to reach out. He's going to take your hand, Marisol, and she's going to give it a light wee squeeze and just be like, "I'm not really much help, but I'm here. Okay?"
Thank you.
You should give Marisol the instead of me, since she can't see.
Echo is. Once that is being stated, Echo's actually going to move over to Marisol and is going to reach out and place their hand over Marisol's eyes. Is going to cast Dark Vision.
Yes, thank
Oh, wonderful.
Now you can see in scales of grey.
Welcome to the party, Val.
This is actually one of the harshest things ever, but Echo just gave you one thing they can't do. He just let you see.
Damn.
Yep.
It's happened last time.
Yep.
So Marisol, you're not able to see. I believe Dark Vision gives you 60 feet?
60.
60 feet. 60 feet radius, that is. So 60 feet in all direction. You can see in black and like grayscaled. Like, you know, completely monochromatic. Everybody has passed out a trace, so if you guys are intending on moving quietly forward, then I will need stealth checks from everyone.
Okay.
Also, how long would the dark vision
8
spell
hours,
last?
if memory serves.
Dope.
8 hours, yeah.
Yep, 8 hours.
8 hours for one.
Echo, just because you are the super insight, as soon as the mention of the doctor being nearby, Reaver's real fucking antsy.
Excited to use that new sword, buddy?
No. Other things.
Ah. Fun.
Okay, so what's the stealth checks from everyone? Remember, you have plus 10 because of passed out trace.
30.
30.
Am I gonna
Kyle,
win this
no.
once? Am I gonna win this with 31?
Yay!
What?
Look at
Wait,
you
hold
go.
on. We got 2 more.
18.
27.
Marisol.
Marisol.
Is that plus
I
your
just
10?
rolled real bad.
Buddy.
Listen, nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
So Reaver, with a
Congratulations.
31,
Yeah.
you're going to come in first place. Celia got a 27.
What the fuck?
Look at you. You
So
did it.
Reaver, despite being made of literal chunks of bric-a-brac and bone and wood and all sorts, you're the quietest out of this entire motley crew. Wait, hold on. Would Celia and Marisol be rolling stealth, or would it be Groan?
Oh,
Oh.
Grown will roll for you, but if Marisol wants freedom, Marisol can have freedom.
Oh, did Marisol say they wanted to just be let go?
No, I'm saying if they want it. It's because you've now got dark vision.
Well, in that case,
Given
then,
that my roll wasn't that great, I don't need freedom.
freedom is something I don't have access to at this moment in time. However, Marisol, that is going to, even the lowest roll there is going to be enough as you guys move forward silently through these waters. And when I say quiet, these waters are eerily silent.
Why do I feel at home here?
I feel like me as the person would greatly enjoy this place in the temperature.
I feel like me as a person being thalassophobic would curl up and happily accept death.
Damn.
That's just coming from me as the human furnace.
Oh, the temperature would be fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was
'cause
talking about.
I firmly stand on the line of belief that every time that Asmongold is angry about a female protagonist in a video game, I'm just able to withstand 1 degree colder and I grow an extra hair in my head. So currently I can survive the Arctic and I will never go bald.
Yep. Correct.
It's a great life. So me as a person, I would love this kind of temperature, but I also hate the ocean with a burning passion. I need to tell this story before we continue. Me and my wife and Astrid were in Lush the other day because we're a Lush family, and they were like, "Hey, we've got this new Halloween thing we're selling. You know the big shower jellies that they have, and it's just soap but in jelly form."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should probably ask,
No.
you guys have Lush in the US, right? Right, okay, cool.
Oh,
Cool,
yeah.
fantastic, right. So they have like shower jellies, which is soap, but it's in jelly form, and you can jiggle it and shake it. And what they have is they have a big board that you can just go and touch, and it's just giant fucking jellies. And there's just kids that run by all the time and like slap them and jiggle them about and stuff. And they went, "We have a special one we're doing for Halloween." And I was like, "Cool, let's go check out the fucking giant jelly that you can buy." Walk over, it's an octopus.
Oh, no.
Oh, buddy!
I freeze like a motherfucker. I'm like, and I look at it and I go, "Oh, it's alright. I can very obviously tell it's a fake octopus. It has one eye and it's bright pink. That's cool." Astrid makes a beeline straight for it and starts slapping it. Right? And I can hear the sound of like her little wet hand colliding with the jelly surface, and I can see it jiggling about as shits, and I actually started being like just getting flashbacks to like me kicking an octopus when I was in Bulgaria. I was like, we need to go because right now all I can think of is burning this building to the ground. We need to go. It was terrifying, it was horrific. I have never been so disturbed in my life by walking into Lush.
I kind of want one now.
They're horrific. They are disgusting, and quite honestly, if anybody gets one, then you're wrong. Okay. Moving forward from here, every now and again, as you're moving through here, you hear the sounds of movements, but not movements of like a, not movements of like an animal or anything along those lines. It's movements of like underwater. The movements of environmental, like the sounds of the ground every now and again just shifting and pitching and turning. After about 20 minutes of moving in this stealthy manner, you'll start to see lights in the distance as Cephalophore is going to come into view. Lucy, put your hand up.
Can I tell what direction we're coming at Cephalophore in?
Yes, you can. You're coming at Cephalophore. You're travelling from the south, but going north.
Okay. I have another question.
Yes?
Does anything about the path going back to Cephalophore from this creepy place feel familiar to me?
Do you know? No, it doesn't.
Oh. You have that look.
Wait a minute.
You have a look.
History check.
God damn it! I was hoping for
I forgot something.
Uh-oh.
History check. What was the history check? What'd you get? What did you get?
17.
Okay, so on a 17, the area itself, not familiar. Nothing about this triggers anything. Not even the looming city of Cephalophore triggers anything. But you get the feeling you've been in these waters before. The cold and the denseness, the thickness of the water. Yeah. It's closer to brine than it is water. You've definitely felt the water before. Yeah. Cool. No doubt.
I will accept the water.
So, Cephalophore looms in front of you. It is a very, very weird, sprawling looking city. Tall, very, very smooth walled buildings. Everything incredibly smooth. There doesn't need to be any texture. Cicalians are able to traverse most surfaces. No building comes to a pointed top or flat top. Everything comes to a rounded top. In fact, sometimes you'll be looking up the side of buildings and there'll just be like an orb-like protrusion as an expanse of a room or something is added to these buildings. In the centre of it, with the greatest display of lights, there is a large tower. At the base of it, a palatial structure. Evidently, where the Queen resides, with her very, very well known and very famous 12 hands. The ruling and governing council of Cephalophore. Ahead, as you get closer to this, you can just make out in the distance a gate. Circular. And like the doors you've seen before in these Cicalian structures, opens, like revolves. What would the party like to do?
Just gonna side eye Luce to like take a note from Echo's book, like try and gauge emotions.
I think I'll just say out loud, Luce, you are the one with the most knowledge of this area, and you are also the one with the most at stake. Do you want us to just follow your lead?
Absolutely not. I hate it here. Let's just get this done and leave. Hopefully with the family intact.
Okay. Any idea where we should go first?
Points to Echo.
I'm assuming Echo still has the trail as we've been moving slowly and they've been careful.
Yep.
Then they will point towards the direction that the trail is still leading.
And it's leading towards Cephalophore.
What's the rule about obstacles, Luce? And I'm not looking at you, I'm actually looking at buildings, trying to work out something or spot something.
What do you mean, what's the rule about buildings?
No, obstacles, I said.
Obstacles.
But I'm looking at our buildings. Basically, what if we encounter people is what I mean by that.
Buy or break. Usually buy. Sicalian's trading secrets.
I'll put my blade away for now.
Keep in mind, I haven't been here since I was a child. Well, technically, in Sicalian terms, an adult, but Deep Sea Elven terms, a child. So, I guess we can just go into the city like normal and go from there. Echo, do you want to hide?
I would like to roll a history check first.
Okay. What is it you're rolling a history check for?
Just generally how much time Echo spent around this place, because it's one of the deeper areas, and it's an area more well known for secrets and trading in darker things. And I know Echo has done jobs and such around here, and that the whole, the facility itself is connected to Cephalophore, at least now. So just getting a general check of what Echo remembers, what Echo knows, if Echo is aware that they're known here, if they are. Just general check, essentially.
Okay. So make me that history check just now.
I have a -1. Pray to whatever gods you believe in.
You have an inspiration from...
You do have an inspiration.
What do I roll for that as well?
D8.
D6.
D6.
I'm only D6. I'm only one level in Bard.
D6.
Okay. Okay, so that's a 15, and then D6. That is a 6 on the D6. You saved my ass.
Hell yeah!
So the total on that history check would be
15 plus 6.
21.
So on a 21, you remember roughly from the gate of Cephalophore to one of the places that you were kept, not the main location, but when you were transported and they stopped in a place and you were kept here, you know that it was roughly a 10-minute traversal from the gate to where you were kept.
Now, is that inside the city or out of the city?
You know it's inside the city.
Echo, having gotten that right after Luce asked the question, still pointing towards where the trail is leading is going to go. One of the places we were kept is not too far from that gate. We won't hide, but we won't advertise ourselves either. We should be known enough that if they know what we are, we won't have trouble anyway. It actually might be best if we are stopped, that it is acted as though
Oh, sorry, I leaned on a button and turned my camera off. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, it might be best if it is acted as though we are on a job. And you all are the ones who hold the leash, so to speak.
Wouldn't they
Less
expect?
questions.
Wouldn't they expect the one holding your leash to be a Sicalian?
There's one close.
Don't look at me for that. Hey, Brand, how far away was Luce's family home from the gates?
From the what? Sorry.
From the gate, like to enter Cephalophore, how far away was Luce's childhood home?
So your childhood home was quite a distance. You're talking about half an hour of travel.
Go deeper in the city.
Yeah, deeper into, not quite to like the high nobility district, but certainly into like, you know, the higher blue blood district. Your mother's family are like well known in the community rather than nobility like your father.
Gotcha. Now I know where to avoid. Alright, I guess. Fine. Reaver, Marisol, thoughts? Ariel, charades.
How do you want the gate opened? I don't see anyone there.
We just go up to it. They wouldn't just leave it unguarded.
Like they left the one I found unguarded. There's secret keepers.
Who knows? Only one way to find out.
After you, Echo.
With that, if no one else has anything that they want to say or do,
Celia's going to put his hand up and go, if we're supposed to have a leash on you, how did that usually look when you were moved from location to location?
in this case, it would be assumed that we have a job actively nearby, which is why there would be no box. Which also lends us a little bit of safety, because if we have a job nearby and something gets between us and that job, we are always permitted to kill.
Okay, well, in that case, Celia is going to use one of the second level spell slots he has. And he is going to cast Minor Illusion. And it's nothing major, nothing massively taxing. What he's going to do is Minor Illusion on every single person's armor / uniform / clothing, except you, Echo, a similar symbol. You know, it's a very generic, like slat, like, you know, we are all from the same group, to make it look as if you're like a hired band of mercenaries transporting Echo. And he's going to say, that'll keep active until someone smart enough sees through it. After that, they'll know it's fake.
Well, let's for a while.
Sorry, you cut out halfway through that, Marisol. Can you repeat that?
Let's hope we don't meet anyone smart enough for a while.
Very much so. Very much so.
We just don't let them escape if we do.
With that being said, Ariel's gonna go like next to Reaver and just kind of bump him a little bit to get his attention.
There's gonna be a jolt, but stopped before. Reaver again, like Reaver's very tense, and like so. Feather will recognize it because Feather knows. Luce will have now recognized it. Then Fuse is ready to just pop.
Yeah, gotcha. And it's just gonna and it's point to Feather, and then point to the city.
Luce's orders.
Excuse me a moment, guys. Just one little moment.
I guess something that I can out.
Headphones are dying. Excuse me a moment while I go and grab my plug-in ones.
You're fine.
Something I can now say, just generally out loud, while we have the second. Echo, since you can feel what Echo feels, Echo's entirely calm.
Work mode.
This is not a connection on Echo's basis.
I didn't think
This
it was.
Yeah, that's actually no. It's not like I don't think how Brand's worded the situation with what's going on. This is the Markman Archie with basically like anger, and with the Doctor being here in theory, it's to me going like, cool. How testy am I right now?
And the only reason I brought up Echo's thing is because that is some.
That's true. Yeah, I was keeping that in mind. I'll keep
That's
that in mind
all.
with the checks. Yeah, cool.
It's all good. Just me as person trying.
Okay. I can hear you guys now. What did I miss?
No,
Well, we were just plotting your demise. Nothing
Yeah.
big.
Sweet, awesome. If you could do it quickly, that would be really, really cool.
Unfortunately, we decided slow and painful.
Well, you can't win
I
them
was
all.
outvoted. Yeah, I was outvoted. I went quick and loud.
Well, you can't win them all. Okay, so what is the plan for going in on this? I know you are approaching the gate, moving forward, trying to move in with Echo and make it look as if you guys are transporting Echo. Who's going to be doing the talking, if anyone? I know there was a talk of it being loose.
Either Luce or Marisol.
I just realized I was muted. Lucy's gonna look at Reaver. Reaver, how the fuck do you basically do shady business on the surface?
And so I'm dealing with buy, break, or bolt is usually. Are you needing a tough act? Are you needing a smart act? What?
Smart first. Convincing.
All right, who's the wisest of us with dealing with what business do we want? We want to find someone?
Echo, did your handler know what your thing was all about? Basically who you were trying to track?
Depended.
Depended?
Sometimes they didn't get that information. Sometimes it was a bought out for that purpose kind of situation, so they had the task originally, so they knew. Jobs are different, often.
Would it be plausible that whoever would have been your handler would have been just given something that has a scent that you would then follow?
Yes. Often.
Then we go with that. We basically go that, I guess, outsourcing. Whoever originally bought the job didn't want to do it themselves, so they got
How good are you
someone
at
of-
lying?
me.
Yeah.
Eh.
I got a pitch for you.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look at it. No, this needs talking, buddy.
Prestidigitated flashcard, but also gonna take one of the little, just all the little trinket off of my belt.
How you talk is how you portray this shady stuff. No one's gonna trust a sigil. You cast magic, they'll be like snapping on you. Yes, Echo?
What is trying to be communicated
Oh,
in this situation?
what's up?
I'm assuming that is a prop. What Ariel is actually suggesting, and Echo is going to gesture to the vial, is that is what we act like holds the scent
Okay.
that we are following.
So
I
here's
also
your.
got
Oh,
I
go
also
ahead.
got this, and Liz will pull out the shirt that she took from Cephalfor Tower that is Sicalian garb, which would be why we would be led to Cephalfor.
That one can work. The other pitch I give you, which helps narrow us down and gives the fact of why we'd be here as our kind of style party. The best way to lie is have an element of truth to it. We say we're hunting Malith, just don't give the name. We're looking for a renegade runaway deep tide agent. Echo is our scent dog, though I hate using that term. You know them well, you can describe them, you can use all the times that Malith has annoyed you to lie and be bitter. For muscle, you've got me, Marisol, and Groan. For any questions of the occultism, you have Ariel to... And I'm just going to wave the hand. That. You've got muscle, you've got intellect, you've got tracking, you've got a target. If they ask about feather, feather's one we beat black and blue to find the initial concept. This is where we got to.
My only concern with using Malith is that Malith's crew was brain scrambled by the rat touch. The easier one to use would be Koldo, because Koldo's known to be missing away from Whale Watch settlement, which ain't far from here. Word travels real fast.
Go with that. As long as it has an element of truth, the lie is much easier to believe. And we can back you up with intimidation. I'm just going to stand up. Or cunning and point to Marisol and Echo. And to Ariel. Ariel's got you back for magic, whether you need performative. Just be light on it, Ariel. People get real jumpy.
Also, they're going to be able to see through it here.
Oh, that makes that worse.
Cephalfor is very heavy in magic. That's why I didn't fit in very well, remember? But it's fine. We need to get going. The more I think about it, the worse it's going to get. So, we're here because someone related told me I needed to find somebody using motion stacker who has the same. And that's it. We're here on business. Ariel.
Ariel's gonna walk up to Lewis and just, with that kind of don't hit me sincerity in his eyes, just just give that "you got this" look and a thumbs up. And I'm gonna give you a bardic inspiration as well.
All right. D6.
Yep.
Yes, D6.
Okay.
For 1 hour up until it's used.
The last thing that all of you need to know
Uh-huh.
Do not get too close. If we have the opportunity to kill you, typically we would take it.
10 foot? 5 foot?
10 foot.
10 foot? Alright.
We're good. Alright. If no one else has anything, if no one else stops him, if anything else, Echo is then going to, once again, follow the trail up towards the gate.
And as you guys approach the gate, there are guards there. As with most places that you visit which have walls and gates, there are gatekeeps. The difference being with Cephalophore is almost everybody is magically gifted in some way. If not, they have something which gives them the semblance of magic. And as you guys approach, you see no weapons on these gatekeeps. The one who does approach is wearing 2 gauntlets which have Sicalian runes swirling around them. And as you walk, they go, "You are going to stop." And they put their hands out, beckoning you guys to stop before entering the gates.
Echo is not going to stop until one of them signals for them to.
Luce will signal for you to stop.
Echo.
Okay. They will take the one. This Sicalian is going to move around you guys. Their tentacles billowing and pushing them as they move. And after doing a full kind of circle, they go, "Who is in charge of this group?"
That would be me.
And they look at you and go, "We are wary of outsiders. What business do you have inside Cephalophore?"
I have business in Cephalophore. That is the business I have.
Huh. And what of your group? They do not look like the kind that we would usually have come into Cephalophore. Basically stating outright that, listen, they're not Sicalians. Why are they coming into Cephalophore?
There's a very low growl that echoes around.
Is it your business who I decide to hire?
It is my business who goes inside the city.
I would like to go inside the city that I am from to conduct business with the group I have hired. That my patron has paid very good money to have this done. But I do not get to see said money until the job is done.
And he's going to turn and he'll speak in Sicalian to his fellow gatekeep, which you understand. He's basically going, this makes sense. They are hired hands. They help. And then
He'll speak in Sicalian and just say it's like, yes, you are correct.
he just kind of, you can go in. Go. Be sure to report directly to the Master of Coin to receive your payment.
Much obliged.
And he will beckon them to open up, and the gates swivel and open up, revealing Cephalophore to you. As it opens up, the magic that was barring the sound of the city from exiting, as is fairly common with cities in the Black Ocean in order to stop predators from finding them, most sound is kept magically inside the walls. As soon as this is opened up, you cross the threshold, you can hear everything. There's lots of activity. Lots and lots of it. People swirling all over the place, travelling from part to part here. And there's a hologram above it of some kind of person. Sicalian, obviously. They have deep red skin. It's like around here, the kind of like love heart area down to the cheekbones and surrounding the mouth is kind of pale, like a kind of creamy color, but it fades into that vibrant red all over their body. The underside of their tentacles mimicking that kind of peachy beige tone, but the up top side of their tentacles are still with that red. They wear chainmail, but it looks very much like a uniform rather than personal armor. And they are speaking in Sicalian. Now, just to clarify, who out of here understands Sicalian? I believe it's Echo and Luce. Echo doesn't. Okay.
I don't know what language Echo speaks outside of Common and Druidic because I still don't know what species Echo was before. So
I can pop my free comprehend languages so I can at least understand it.
That's if you want to.
Yeah, especially being in the city. Yeah, Ariel.
Okay.
I am saving my spell slot for the last. Because I don't know how long I've got this left.
Yeah, we ended up ruling out that Echo does not know Sicalian, which is
It
why
was ruled out. It's not Echo.
Yeah.
It's not Sicalian.
Echo knows the word fuck in Sicalian.
Yeah, because it's not Abyssal, Sicalian, Murish, or Elvish.
Because I ran through all the languages. I think.
That's what we've tried.
This will happen.
We have not tried Aqua and Sylvan or Draconic.
So, this person that is speaking, and quite a few people are well moving, actively listening to this, as this large hologram talks about how traitors moving within the walls of Cephalfor, how the grand design cannot be brought to its full and triumphant glory, while usurpers and he uses a word, and it's hard to translate it from Sicalian, but it roughly translates to villains in the night. While they move and act against the betterment of Cephalfor. But two of these agents have been found. And the hologram will shift and you will see an image of Malith and of Moradin. And they are bound and obviously being held up against something. And they will say that these two, along with a handful of their other co-conspirators, have been relegated within the prison, and they will meet their execution publicly a day from hence. And they will say to all of Cephalfor's citizens who wish to join and witness, basically lists all the kind of the title, when it'll be done, where it'll be located, all that kind of thing. And then it ends it with as your Lord of Justice and one of the Queen's 12 hands, everything I do is to serve Cephalfor. And I hope to prove that on the morrow. And then the hologram will disappear. Yes, Ariel.
This is a long shot because it is a hologram.
Mm-hmm.
But if I pay attention to the facial emotions and structure and little eye twitches, can I insight check specifically that last phrase, everything I do is for the betterment of Cephalfor?
Oh, there's no need to insight check that. This guy is hands down, this motherfucker would wade his way through an entire slew of people, killing mercilessly if he thought it had the chance of making Cephalophores' litter problem go away. This guy's like, the perfect way to describe this guy. This guy's like, you know, the police captain from Police Academy. Pure stickler for the rules, a complete job's worth. That's this guy. You can tell it from a straight up. He's got that very air of like a captain of the guard, police officer type vibes.
Kind of like a national zealot.
Is he Javert?
No, I wouldn't say Javert. Do you know who he's closest to being?
Rolo?
No. Fuck. See, the use of said names and it's threw his name out my head. Oh fuck. That's it. I can't remember his name, but I can tell you what he's in. Have you seen? Is anybody here familiar with the RoboCop movies?
Mm-hmm.
Right. RoboCop 3. Right? RoboCop 3, the guy who's the head of OCP's security force, grey suit, white hair, he's that motherfucker. If the guards are not going to keep my place safe, I'll hire the criminals to make it safe. Like, he's that level of guy.
Jeff. My name Jeff. Jeff Fleck.
My name Jeff.
I'm Jeff.
If
I'm just gonna lock eyes with Luce after hearing all that.
Luce is not looking at you. Luce is looking at Echo.
Hmm.
Luce is translating everything under her breath. And then just ends it with tell Kaylin.
And once Echo gets the full message, Echo is then going to tap into that connection with Kaylin and just hand it over.
Okay. As you do that, Kaylin is going to respond to you with words. And they are going to send a message back to you telling you to be careful, that traitors move among packs. And he will say, loud ones, and they'll say clutchmate, he's meaning like cousin. He's obviously talking about Neris. Found where the friends group reside. All dead or injured. And on top of these words, he will send you kind of like images. You know, watching the way that he communicates, and it all kind of become, you're able to kind of piece it together from there. So he's saying that one, they've found Neris. Okay, they have had to reveal themselves to Neris, give the situation to Neris, and Neris has understood. They found the location of the Deep Tide, but the Deep Tide safe house has been again attacked, assaulted. Many members of the Deep Tide are dead or they're missing. But the Deep Tide's home, their base within Deep Heart, is a secret. You can only get there if, you know, finding it would be an act of damn near impossible skill. So somebody must have given away the position. The only reason that they were able to find it was because Gildas, who has worked with the Deep Tide before. Those who are not dead are too injured to give any kind of information in this moment. So all he can give you is, be careful. Somebody there has obviously betrayed the Deep Tide and may know who you are.
Echo is going to turn their whole body towards Luce And the deep tide was infiltrated. Everyone is either dead or injured. And those who are injured are too injured to even give information.
Uska's completely rigid. And once again, under her breath, she starts describing Koldo, what Koldo looks like, and just says, ask if he's among the dead or injured, please.
Echo, as the description is being given,
Okay.
Echo is giving a description to Kaylin.
Kaylin will answer, no. None of the bodies look like this person, and none of the injured look like this person.
Back to Luce, not among them at all.
Tell Nearest to get his ass here.
Are you sure?
Yes. Big and flashy distraction.
And flash a distraction is going to do. And then Echo, without saying anything else, is going to Kaylin and ask for Nearest to go, if possible, to check on the situation for the portal itself. And if Nearest can come, and if there's no other reason for anyone to stay back at Deep Heart at this point, to have both Kaylin, Nearest, and Gildas either come through the portal that's still there or be on the way.
So, Kaelin will be able to respond to that, and he will say that he and Neris are going to move out within the hour. Neris must rest. Gildas is the only one of the Deep Tide who's currently uninjured and active, so he's staying to try and kind of use what little druidic capabilities he has to help everybody get back up. Once they are able to hold themselves, he will come, but that will be not for at least another half a day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to... Are you still beside me, Tom?
Yeah.
I'm going to gently nudge you with a book and say as quiet as I can, because I don't have a central voice box, so I can have it come out of the side of my chest, hopefully, and say to you, red eyes now. As in, like, to me. Because again, presentation, I'm like assuming you can do that.
Yeah. So just to be, for clarification for myself, you're asking to make your eyes red?
Yeah, basically give me red eyes in the helmet.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'm going to use the pirate background to basically, because we have stood still in a long place in a town of secrets, and I'm going to basically stare check anyone who fucking looks at us. Basically being a bodyguard, like, what are you looking at? Mind your business. Because I'm a wreckborn and I'm terrifying, hopefully.
As you do that, majority of the Sicalians here are familiar with Wreckborn and know them to be unpredictable. On top of seeing Echo with you, some of them are not familiar with Echo, and therefore it is yourself that drives them off. Some of them who know Echo immediately avert their gaze and start moving, start continuing on with their day, paying you no mind. You do not exist to them.
Okay.
At the same time, Errol's gonna kind of like gesture to the to where the hologram was, and try and like charade it out that it was talking about an execution.
Yeah, it looks like Malith and Moradin are about to be executed.
No, they're
We
not.
keep following.
Aye, boss. With like some level of gravitas, like again, like trying to keep up the level of premonition. I don't know how well Sicalians can hear. We're in the lion's
Echo.
den.
Yeah. Echo. Lucy's gonna teach you the Sicilian words for stop. Report and engage. So, because if you're going into work mode, those are work words.
Yup.
So you'll be able to recognize them.
And with that, and with the situation that we're going into and recognizing what the stakes are, Echo does fully sink into that work mode. Reaver, any emotion you would have been getting, gone. There is nothing. Echo exists to work now. And unfortunately, I think it'll become clear enough to anyone who's been around Echo for a little while, and anyone if wants to do insight or whatever, that 10-foot rule is no longer just for show. But they will do their best to pick up that scent again, and keep tracking.
Okay. And with that, we're going to end the session there. And I'm going to give a two-parter here. One, Echo, you only get the scent going about 50 feet before it splits. With what you know to be Moradin and Malith going one direction, and that third scent going a different direction. The beginning of next session, the party will have to choose which one they're going to follow. And then I am going to give you guys an after credit scene where from the other side of where this hologram was cast, the hologram dissipates, the magic presenting it being shut off, and the Sicalian turns round and rotates his shoulder, the soft shifting of chainmail moving over him. And there's a very, very sarcastic and sardonic clap. And the voice comes, well, quite honestly, Roland, I thought that was going to go a little bit worse than it actually did. But you know, you really sounded the part. And Roland, this Sicalian, is going to take their tentacle, one of their tentacles from the front, and gather up Sicalian currency. When the very rare occasions they do use currency, isn't in coins, because it's very difficult to pick up a coin with a tentacle, but they're more like picture like in The Mandalorian when they have the bars of Beskar steel. It's like that. And puts down in front of him a stack of 10, then grabs another stack of 10, and then another stack of 10, all platinum. And then says, your blood money. Take it and leave. Your stain disgraces my city. And a young deep elf, or a young looking deep elf, armour far too nice and shiny, with a one-sided smile, is going to lean forward and put their arms around it poker style and pull in this platinum, and then smile and go, well, it was nice working with you. Next time. No, don't let there be a next time. And he turns and starts to leave. And that's where we're going to end our session for today. Thank you very much to my cast and to my amazing audience who came to see us today. I really hope you'll join us for the next session. Just to confirm, there won't be a session next week. I will be in America at a wedding. So our next session is going to be not the 20th anything. It would be the 10th of October. So yeah, we won't have a session next week. but there will be a session on the 10th of October when I have returned. Again, as I mentioned, I'm going to be at PAX U in December. If you see me, come say hello. I don't bite. I'm nice most of the time, as long as you're nice to me. And if you are remotely interested in our other campaigns, please go and check out all of our social medias and watch all the lovely sessions, because the people that are playing them, they really deserve the amazing audience to turn up and see them. Other than that, I don't have anything else to say. Oh, you can check me out over on Start Playing Games at Asgard's Adventures, where I run horror D&D and try to terrify people, and I'm also going to be putting up my first Old Gods of Appalachia one-shot there. Other than that, I'm going to pass over my cast and let them plug themselves. So, Kyle, was there anything you would like to plug at all?
Not this week. I've got the busy weeks ahead, so I've currently got my slots full, but I'll be looking to open up some new slots soon.
Absolutely fine. I'll move on then to Selkie. Is there anything you would like to plug at all?
I do streams in places. You can usually find when I'm going to do those streams on my socials, and I am pretty much everywhere at Selkie Cove. Catch me this coming Saturday for session 2 of Art of Resistance over on Dinner and a Game. I got my character art back recently, and I've been riding that high for a little bit. That character art is posted on my Twitter. And then for the month of October, you're not going to be able to find me in a lot of places because I am taking pretty much the entire month off for like real world stuff. However, you'll still be able to find me here. So if you want to see where I'm hiding in the depths of the spooky month, it's here. But you'll also be able to find me at PAX. I'll be running some games. Tentatively, I'll be running a game of Liminal Horror, 2 games of Alien, and a game of Kids in Capes. And so if you want to play at a table with me as your GM for any of those games, 3 of which I get to terrify you, 1 of which you just get to be superheroes, then go check that out here soon. That's it.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that, Selkie. Looking forward to seeing this, and definitely not going to try and snag a position at one of those alien tables. Moving right along. Denny, anything you would like to plug at all?
You're muted.
Denny, you're muted.
You can find me. You can find me at Lawless Aries Cosplay on TikTok. Or you can find my jewelry at Magpie Finds Jewelry on Etsy and Instagram. I will hopefully be posting a lot more stuff soon, but also October is going to be a very busy month for me because of also real world stuff. I got 2 weddings that I'm in the month of October. So neither of them are mine. I'm not getting married yet. But yeah. That's all for me.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that, Denny. And moving right along to Tom. Anything you'd like to plug quickly at all?
You're muted.
You're muted.
There's 2 in a row. The next one we don't even say. We just let you go ahead muted.
Listen, don't you do that to me. Hi everyone, I'm Labo Warlock. I make the saddest characters you've ever seen on the internet. If you'd like seeing me play charades with all these lovely people, you can check out all my social medias. I'm on every single one of them at That One Warlock. And if you ever feel so inclined, I am on 4 different streams throughout the week. Mondays you can find me on the Starfield for a game of Werewolf the Apocalypse. We are getting very close to the end of our first season, so time to get out of the Umbra with our adorable little jellyfish. On Tuesdays you can find me over on Game Raider Girls Twitch channel for Realm Walkers, where I play Dr. Backer Jostrums, the half-dragonborn Circle of the Moon Druid who wild shapes exclusively into dinosaurs. There is no New Rawless this week, but next week you can come check us out for our season finale of The Founding Steps, the New Rawless prequel, where I have been. My Minotaur Paladin has been locked in a forced cage with a pit fiend, so to speak. So this is gonna be fun. It's time for a bare knuckle brawl. And then every Thursday you can find me here with all these lovely, wonderful people. And definitely keep an eye on those social medias because they are things in the works. We are one player away from having something really special for next year. So keep an eye out.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that, Tom. And moving right along, last and most certainly not least, Diamond. Is there anything that you would like to plug at all, my dear?
Hiya! My name is Madness Diamond. I'm a Sense for Friends, and you can call me Diamond. I'm a TTRPG action play performer, a cosplayer, content creator, all around. I overwork myself, let's be honest. I do a lot of things, a lot of places. Selkie, don't give me that look. Or do. Live your life. But on Mondays, you can find me also on the Starfield, playing Guardians of Neptune's Cairn, a World with the Apocalypse W5 Chronicle, where I play Soiree, the Ragabash Silverfang, where I use the concept of heavy as the ground. We have one more episode left, and we're doing a Q&A and then an epilogue. So if you want to tune in for those ones, you definitely should. On Tuesdays, you can find myself in the lovely, amazing, talented Silky Cove over on Dinner and a Game, playing either Emerald Sanctums, where I play Bay, the very human hunter, using the Martyr Creed, who is apparently not allowed to sacrifice themselves for the betterment of the multiverse, but you know. Or we are playing Crawfish to the Bitter End. We still have the last episode of our triptych run by Renown Gaming to play through, where I play Shuri Darcy. And on Emerald Sanctums, our lovely Selkie Co plays Fia Cornelian, the Mokole, who has been cursed with humanity. And then Berchiel, the literal angel. You didn't plug yourself, I'm gonna plug you. I'm gonna do it myself. On Wednesdays here soon, you can also find me on Tales Archived, where we will be doing Lancer Icebound, our Lancer mini campaign of sorts. We're gonna start doing that here soon, so keep an eye on my socials for that one. And then Thursdays, of course, you can find me here playing your lovely Battlemaster Barbarian, Mozimus Vestra, who's going through it. That's just that. But if you want to find me on any social media, I am Madness Diamond on all of them, at least the ones that matter and the ones that I've found. So come check me out if you are possibly looking to be a player at a table, or if you are a GM wanting to run something on a stream. Jump into my DMs respectfully, and I can try to work some magic and make it happen. I'm not a miracle worker, but I will try my very best for you. And if you have a project where you need a little bit of sparkle and shine, I'm the admin coordinator over on Dinner and Game, the keeper of schedules and fines. I'm the administrative assistant for Decrim 305, a nonprofit organization run by sex workers, led by sex workers, and founded by sex workers. And I'm also the community manager for the cast side of things here on World True Quest, aka I am God's assistant, secretary, as you do.
I refuse the title of God.
Primordial. Fine. Primordial chaos. There you go. I'll compromise. But yeah, if you have a project where you need a little sparkle and shine, I am in fact a diamond. Diamonds are a little bit prismatic. I will refract some sparkle and shine light onto your project. And I'm done.
And sparkle and shine they will do. They are very, very good at their job. Thank you very much for that, Diamond. Thank you very much for all of that. And with that, if that's everything from my cast, that's everything from me, so that's everything from us. Thanks for coming to see us today, folks. I've been your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quest here on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. With me today, we've had Just Kyle, we've had Selkie Cove, we've had Lawless Aries Cosplay, we've had That One Warlock, and we've had Madness Diamond. From all of us here at World Tree Quest, good night, stay safe. Tentacles cannot be trusted. I will never, ever believe otherwise. Except loose, but they're head tentacles, so they're different. Also, don't pull a finny. Good night, folks. Good night.